No, you shed some light there. I really think 3D printing in space sounds super cool. I didn't know about this two lasers crossing and the dust, or that also sounds amazing. And 3D printing rockets also sounds really, really cool. So I'm sure we'll see some amazing results that people are going to do in the next few years. Hopefully that makes this whole space race a little bit faster, you know?
Well, yeah. The actual printing of the rockets takes like a month or two because, you know, it's a large structure and 3D printing is relatively slow. But compared to actually preparing each individual component and then assembling it over time, it is, I think, faster overall, and it's much cheaper. So the main benefit, I think, is probably in terms of costs. But I would also argue that the space race is incredibly exciting at the moment. Anyway,
Yeah. No. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that it could be even more exciting if we see how fast something can get. What I'm thinking of is in the direction of you know how the first car took forever to be made, right? And then after a while, we managed to conveyor belt it and just make thousands of cars at the same time. I'm thinking of what happens when we can streamline produce rocket ships like that, right? That will be amazing.
That will be. Relativity Space is definitely a company to keep an eye on from that point of view.
Quick question there that just popped to mind. 3D printing rockets versus conveyor belt manufacturing them, as in like cars. Is there like a calculation which one is faster, more profitable, harder?
Well, that remains to be seen. I don't have a direct answer for that, but I do
gut feeling. Go with gut feeling.
Gut feeling. I don't know. I think it's probably faster to hand assemble them, to be honest with you. As gung ho as I am about 3D printing for a lot of applications, gut feeling is that maybe it's faster to hand assemble them. And my main point of evidence for that is just watching what's happening with SpaceX in Texas these days, putting together starships. Like, they have been hobbled a little bit lately by paperwork. They're waiting on FAA clearance to do more test flights. But even though there's nothing really sexy happening there in terms of like rockets taking off and exploding and stuff at the moment, what is happening is an insane production rate. They've been pumping out starships and like going from metal being unrolled off a spool to standing a rocket on a test stand in like 6 weeks, which is mad. Well, I should say standing a spacecraft on a test stand. They don't necessarily build the full booster, but similar time frame for the boosters as well. So, and that's only getting faster. Like, their aim at the moment is just to practice that assembly line technique, and iron out all of the kinks while also iterating on the design of the rocket. So like everything is a moving target for them at the moment. Even the design of the launch pad and everything is changing from day to day. And to see the pace that they are innovating at out there is incredible. And if you just search for SpaceX Texas or SpaceX Boca Chica is the name of the area, or Starbase, which is what they call their facility there now, you will find a cottage industry of nerds who have set up cameras in the area, and just through the practice of the last 24 months of watching what's happening there, have all of them become like actually really good news organizations. Nice. With like multiple cameras and commentators and guests,
YouTubers, streamers.
Yeah, and they're making a packet. I can tell you, watch any of their live streams and just watch all of the super chats.
Super chat, insane. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, it's super interesting. You know, like, it's not every day that you see a rocket flying into space. Well, in a few years we might see them going up and down all the time, but we're not there yet, right?
But that's I suppose, to bring it back to 3D printing, the Starship is experimenting or is testing, I suppose, to see whether assembly line production is faster. And then Relativity Space are coming out with their new rocket called Terran R in a few years' time, which is roughly Starship scale, and it looks kind of like a sexier version of Starship. It's got a lot more curves and more organic shapes to it.
More pointy.
Really, the top needs to be pointy. So that will be a 3D printed, essentially a 3D printed answer to the same question that Starship is an answer to. So that'll be really cool to see them, how they stack up. Can Terran ore be produced cheaper, faster and sexier than Starship? That'd be really cool to see.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.